let's begin.
Math equals
power!
My next class is AP Literature, where we read books like Crime and Punishment, and sometimes we act it out.
That's a silver thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, dead people! Hurry! Oh no, dead people!
Oh, crap.
Oh, what are we gonna do with these dead people?
I don't know, Spencer.
I don't even think my name is Spencer.
3 crafts 78% of the time. So that's a lot of people crafting. Now, with this many people crafting, there's going to be a lot of accidents. And as you craft, because you are with this book, you may get tired. Your muscles may get sore, and you may encounter the occasional cramp. Crafting is tiring work. But don't be discouraged. Mrs. Sedaris has you covered. An entire section of her book is dedicated to the stretching before and after crafting. In order to properly craft, one must be limber. The better range of motion of your muscles, the better your crafting will be. I know I always get sore wrists when I attempt dribble waxing.
This is the Commons, where we eat lunch, host dances, and relax in between classes. This is AP Government, where we learn by doing, like during mock Congress.
I call this session of Congress open. The item to discuss today is whether or not to abolish the Electoral College. Do we have a sponsor in favor of this bill? Representative Stolica, you have a time not to exceed 2 minutes.
Alright, what we have to see here is the basic fundamental flaws within the current system. Now, what we have right now, under the Electoral College, we have a system which allows, first of all, faithless electors. Now, this is basically saying it is possible for the vote of the citizens to be completely ignored, completely undermined. Our voice is not going to be heard. This has happened, in fact, in the past, in over 120 different times. Different electors, the electors that we vote for in our presidential election, go and completely ignore what the voice of the people is. This is clearly something we can't continue with in our current system. Next, we have the possibility, we have a complete misrepresentation of the people in our society. Now, people living in smaller states, say Wyoming, South Dakota, North Dakota, all of these smaller states together have a fewer amount of people than does the state of Pennsylvania. But the state of Pennsylvania has much fewer votes than do the people of all of the smaller states put together. Essentially, this is saying if you live in a small state, you have a bigger voice. Your voice is more heard, you're better represented. This is undermining the fundamental fairness that we hold dear in our society, and this system has to be abolished.
Okay, do we have a speaker in opposition? Representative Hammer, you have a time not to exceed 2 minutes.
Okay, so I'd simply like to address the points that my opponent has brought up in this discussion. First, he's brought up the idea of faithless electors, and he stated that 120 times we've had faithless electors. 120 times we've had faithless electors. That is not true. We've had faithless electors. 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 We've had fait What you have to see is that these faithless electors have never had an impact enough to sway an election. 120 faithless electors over the course of the entire electoral college, when we have hundreds of electors every single election. So the impact of them is relatively minimum, and we don't have any reason for this to abolish the electoral college simply on the basis of faithless electors. Now, if you're looking at the Pennsylvania example, it's important that we have an electoral college simply to give some sort of influence to small states. If we're simply going off a person-by-person basis, then there's no point in campaigning in states such as Iowa or those that have a smaller representation. Otherwise, people would simply campaign in Los Angeles or the larger urban areas such as New York or Chicago, things of that nature. So you have to look at this representation of the country as a full scale.